5 things to remember about coccidiosis. Coccidiosis is caused by an intracellular protozoan parasite that is infecting enterocytes in pigs. This parasite is called Isosporus suis. The life cycle of the parasite is 7 days. The adults reproduce by releasing the oocysts in the intestinal lumen. Those oocysts are then in the environment, where they stay for up to 2 days, time at which they become sporulated. Alright, let's start again. The life cycle of the parasite is 7 days. The adults are in the enterocytes and release oocysts in the lumen of the intestine. Therefore, the pigs shed those oocysts in their feces and contaminate the environment. In 1 to 2 days in the environment, the oocysts become sporulated. Sporulated oocysts are very, very resistant and can survive up to 8 months in the environment. When the pigs ingest the oocyst, it takes up to 5 days for those oocysts to become fertile adults that are going to reproduce and produce oocysts. The clinical signs are nonspecific, are yellowish, pasty diarrhea. In young pigs, however, it cannot affect pigs that are less than 7 days of life because the pigs usually get infected from the oocysts that are present in the environment. They can get contaminated if the udder of the sow gets contaminated from the environment, and when they suckle on the udder, they ingest the oocyst, or when they just explore the farrowing crates. Very important. Coccidiosis never in piglets less than 7 days of age. It can affect pigs all the way up to weaning, sometimes in the first week of nursery. Because of the stress of weaning, we can have some older pigs that shed the oocyst in the environment, and if some pigs are naive, we can see usually milder clinical signs of coccidiosis. Coccidiosis usually doesn't cause mortality if it's, especially if it's not complicated by an other secondary infection. The diagnosis is made by fecal flotation, so it's pretty easy to do. You can also do a fecal smear, taking the solid part of the feces. The liquid part usually has less oocysts at the observation. The anticoccidial treatments are pretty effective. However, we don't have any drug that's labeled for use in swine. So it's usually you have to sign as a veterinarian a prescription, and it's extra label drug usage. It's given orally to piglets, usually 4 to 5 days of age, and prevent any clinical signs. The challenge with coccidiosis is to get rid of oocysts in the environment. Not all of the disinfectants are effective. Research has shown that steam cleaning is actually better to get rid of those oocysts. Thank you.